Hi, Mike DuPong here, and I hope that you are having a great beginning of this week. I'm going to share another poem that I've written that was actually published again in this very cool book that Marion Brickner made very cool with her illustrations. And if you don't have a copy of it, you can look it up. It's available on a number of different sources. So um, I'm going to read this though, and well, let's just see what happens. This poem is called Freedom. Bright silver white plumes at 35,000 feet and 570 miles per hour. Jet contrails are illuminated by rays of an orange golden sun no longer visible. Predecessors of these marvels of engineering were witnessed for millennia, craving the freedom of the birds. The myths of ancient civilizations, Daedalus and Icarus, the power of Pegasus, the griffins of Alexander, and then bolder dreams. Da Vinci and his ornithopter, the Montgolfier brothers, balloons, the Wright brothers, Earhart, so many. Fly like the birds, defy the constraints of limiting gravity. Now, though, air transportation represents mostly a matter of convenience. The connection to the birds perhaps lost, freedom willingly forfeited. Freedom of the darting birds in the dark blue evening, busily flitting from pear to maple to oak to sycamore, preparing to settle, roost in the yet unseen darkness, creeping ever closer. Freedom to go where they wish on a whim, freedom to be who they are. And that's the poem. Um, there are a lot of thoughts that I had as the one who wrote this, a lot of thoughts that I had when I wrote it. Um, but I'm wondering what you might think of it. I, the freedom that I'm talking about isn't so much, oh boy, let's get in the jet and fly away. The freedom that I talk about is the very last line. We can be free to be who we are. We're not birds, but we can carry that spiritual essence of birds, of being able to fly, of being able to freely um, flit from branch to branch to soar, to do whatever it is birds do. Do we do whatever it is we can do? We need to be, I shouldn't say that, I need to be, and if you want to consider it for yourself, I need to be very aware of who I am, of my heart essence. I need to have experienced what I have experienced, which is awakening to my own heart, that there is this spirit essence of me that connects with the spirit essence of birds and of trees and of everything, of jets. There's spirit essence in all. There's nothing wrong with flying, and I'm not indicating that in this poem, but there is in that knowing yourself. And there is something wrong with not being who you are, but rather being who the world compels you to be, constrains you to be, to hold you so that you can't dream the dreams like those early ones that I read about, the myths and um, the actual innovators who brought about flight. To dream, it doesn't have to be something big that changes that disrupts history, that disrupts modern technology or something. What I'm talking about is being who you are, and that disrupts karma, and that allows you to live your dharma. Karma is an inheritance of what we have of um, ego baggage that has come down through our lineage. Dharma is us living who we are when we waken to heart, live who we are, and do it in joy. You know, something that we need today more than ever is for every one of us, as many as we can, awaken to heart, awaken and then be who we are. Don't think, if I could only have this, maybe if I awaken to heart, I can have this certain job. I can make this much money. Don't be attached to things like that. These are some of the thoughts that I had as I read, as I wrote this poem, and are renewed as I read it. So until tomorrow, I'm going to leave these thoughts with you, and remember, seek your own heart. Look in the mirror if you need to at those, I've talked about it before, the eyes behind the eyes. See your spirit essence, and then you get to create. You get to dream the stories into being, just like some of these early innovators did. Dream and create what you want, whatever it is. No, as small as it might be or as large as it might be. And it's not one dream. You get to write and create your own your own freedom. What is it that sets you free? What is it that gives you great happiness to do, to be? So I leave you with those thoughts again. Until next time, love and peace.